Johnson, and this is focused on Liberia. Hit it! From Cape Mount to Cape Palmer, Mount Nimba to Atlantic Ocean, Obomi Hills to Pocondre, to educate, elevate, and promote. Yeah, focus on Liberia, for Liberia, Liberia, for Liberia, yeah. From Monday to Sunday, from Monday to Sunday, it's focus on Liberia. Talk about home affairs, in diaspora, current affairs, reliable information, history, talking about culture, politics, education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement, articulation. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. Focus on Liberia. From Monday to Sunday.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Ja.
And I am Asonisie the Pleasant. Welcome to Focus on Liberia. Today we have two outstanding gentlemen as our guests in this edition of our program here. Of course, this is the hour of politics. We are here to have a discussion with ANC Global. They are having a convention coming up this month. And the theme of the convention is exciting: reconciliation and unification. Why? They are here to talk about that and to also talk about the convention, all of the activities, and how their members and Liberians who wish to participate or just go and, see what they are doing can get to that convention and be a part. To do this, I have two persons now. One person should be joining us. Gentlemen, I can welcome you without mentioning Emmanuel George, who is a member of the planning committee. Mr. George, welcome. How are you doing, sir?
I'm to see you very great this evening. Thank you for allowing us to be on your platform to discuss matters around the Alternative National Congress Global Convention.
It is good to have you. Also here to participate in this very important discussion is Mr. Roland Wilson Senior. Roland is the ANC Global Acting Eastern Regional Chairman. Mr. Regional Chairman, welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you, Anthony. It's a pleasure being here. And we look forward to, a healthy conversation.
Of course, the discussion is going to be healthy and the discussion going to be informative. And we want to invite those in cyberspace who have been hearing about ANC, the political party, ANC, as a support arm of the ANC, the political party, CAM, and you have questions, we'll give you the opportunity to ask the questions. Come and learn a little more about the ANC. But it is more about their 2025 convention that is upcoming. And in this month, from the 25th to the 27th, I understand, we want to talk about that. And why is the theme reconciliation and unification? Gentlemen, I can't welcome you enough. Let's get it started. Convention 2025, ANC Global. So let me start with you, Mr. Wilson. The idea of a convention, what is the goal here for this one?
Great question. The goal is, as you rightly said, reconciliation, and as well as coming together to unification, coming together to ensure that we get back to where we were before. Uh, Reconciliation, in the sense that we had dispersed after the last election, and we want to make sure we reconcile our differences and come back together to prepare for the 2029 elections. I mean, that's where we are now. And the main purpose, again, of the convention is to ensure that we have all our members back on track, that they are out there willing to move forward in preparation, again, for the 2029 elections.
Well, thank you. We will get to the activities of the convention that having to be the ingredient of the discussion. But the theme is also very significant. You are saying, look, we went to an election, we put up our best, but we all know how it ended. And, there got to be some unhappiness. So we chose this theme, reconciliation and unification. My further question is, what are you trying to unify? Why you want to reconcile, and reconcile what?
Is it back to me?
It's for you, Mr. Wilson. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. What we're trying to reconcile, in the political arena, there will always be differences in terms of how people approach things. So what we're trying to do moving forward is reconcile that, meaning everybody's on the same page. And unification, in the sense that we observe, even myself, that we've all more or less fallen away along the wayside. We have different splinter groups, different ideologies. We want to ensure that we have one diaspora group, so that moving forward, we all on the same page, regardless of our differences, that we are able to unify and become one diaspora group that will be able to be representation of our global diaspora moving forward.
So, Mr. Joyce, you are very smart people. You had discussion, especially at the planning committee level, and you chose this theme, reconciliation and unification. We know in a political process, especially when things don't go your way, sometimes you tend to blame yourself. You try to find, where you could have done better, you did not do well. Some disagreements along the way. So, I have no problem with the theme, right? So, but when you choose this theme, you have your strategic reason why. Some are listening to you say, but why not, igniting the spirit, and something else, but you chose reconciliation and unification.
Yeah, so we'll just look at the role to the last elections in Liberia to have some understanding of what the first theme of reconciliation, right?
Right.
It is no secret that we joined the CPP arrangement as ANC, and within our fold, there were members of the party who were not interested in being part of the CPP arrangement. They felt that ANC should stand alone. ANC should develop its own platform and stand alone in that election, given that we came a very close third in the 2017 elections. So that's the first group we had. At the end, within the CPP process, there were many who became disenchanted about how the ANC was treated, especially our political leader. He was accused of various accusations, was flown here and there by our political leader. Members of the party felt offended too in that period, and some of them decided to pull back because they couldn't stand the hardness of what was going on within the political arena. Then we fast forward, we came to the elections, and you all know the second round, the ANC had to take a side, whether to support the Unity Party or to support the CDC. And the ANC position was to support the CDC. But within our rank, there was, you watch it on television, the Deputy National Secretary led a group from us. In fact, the current Assistant Minister for the Ministry of Transport was one of the leaders of the ANC. So some members of the ANC felt that there was after being in opposition in the last 6 years opposing the WIA administration, they felt that there was no reason that they should join the call of the party to support the CDC in the second round of the elections. So so you have that splinter group. Right. So now we are at the stage where we say, well, we have our political party. We no longer on the 15th of April on the 15th of February rather, the CPP arrangement came to an end. So there's no CPP again. We have now come back as ANC, and we are calling everybody back to this manifesto that they got so interested in, that they have been supporting over time. So we need to come back to the drawing board. That's where the reconciliation is taking place. Looking at those who left with the CPP arrangement, those who left with the CDC arrangement, but still interested in the manifesto of the ANC, we are asking them in that part to come back. With the issue of unification, again, there were members who left, who even in global, who left to become part of CPP USA. It is no secret that there was a CPP USA, and they were members of global. And within that rank, there were some people who left, and there were back and forth that took place at various levels of conversation. So the unification is bringing those who left for the CPP USA, and those who left for other political arrangement. We are saying, let us come back. Now is the opportunity. We have a great opportunity in front of us. We have been relaxed. We, as any corporate entity and mature a political party would be, our political leader have led us into saying, look, let us give the Unity Party some time. Let us not go hurrying into this political sphere. But right now, we know that there's a great opportunity that the country is far behind than it was under the George Weah government. We keep hearing that, the Weah government did this, so why we can't do that. So we're seeing that there is a playbook of Weah one that Weah administration that has been played by the Unity Party. We strongly believe that Liberian people deserve better. And in our mind, and in our thinking, Mr. Alexander Cummings brings the best opportunity on the table, and therefore the ANC have to gather and unite our strength so that we can start playing an active role in the political sphere in Liberia.
Mr. Wilson, quite honestly, a lot of lessons learned from, what actually was a roller coaster political, run for the ANC. Many were hesitant going into that political marriage called CPP for a reason they were strong about. Some people felt that, look, can we do this alone? We need to build coalition. Say, well, the idea of a coalition is very good, but do you trust these people? Me being an independent, being in the media, I was shaking my head and saying, but what are these people thinking? Why go into a business with Unity Party? I have a commentary that I'll share with you for you to listen to. It was very brief. Pieces I ever put out there. I said, what are they doing? But again, my question is quite a lesson learned. What you intend to do with that experience and lesson, that is key, because anything can happen. Sometimes you don't have control. But what do you do after that? That's my question to you, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, thank you very much again for that. Now, what we do with that? We've learned from our lessons, all right? And what we are going to do, again, for this convention, we are hoping to put a couple of things in place. One, we are hoping moving forward that whatever we do it in a cohesive way, not as a divided institution, okay? We want to ensure that everybody that is part of this institution is aware and is accountable for what we do moving forward. not individuals doing what they want and when they want. Okay, want to ensure that there is a financial strength within the institution. We also want to ensure that there is accountability. Okay, that when we say, okay, this is what we're going to do, we want to ensure that everybody is aware of what's going on, that there is this clarity, and also we want to ensure that people who are out there, especially in Liberia, who we so much care for and want to see, the best for them, that they are aware of what we are doing, how we are doing it, and there is transparency in what we're doing, so that once we say this is what we're doing, people understand, say yes, these group of people were well meant of what they said they were doing, and they are doing and that. Okay, we don't want to be in a position where we give financial support to individuals as opposed to the community as a whole. So to ensure that whatever resources we have is divided equally amongst individuals, communities, so that and they are aware that we as an institution moving forward, that we've learned our lessons from the past, and that we are hoping that moving forward, that everybody is a part of this institution, that the voices are heard, okay, and not just the top.
Yeah. So, Mr. Wilson, my follow question, I want us to go to the results, right? And Mr. Cummings' first time in the race, he did relatively well for a first-time participant in a presidential run. That's my judgment, all right? He did relatively well. And then at the time, he has some name recognition, having done some political work and touring. I mean, prior to that election, Mr. Cummings visited the counties more than most of the candidates. The next person that came close to the number of times Mr. Cummings went in the counties was Tiawan Gonglo. But these two individuals, when you look at the numbers from the National Election Commission, like, you got to be kidding me. And so let me ask a question when it comes to that. Did you have poll watchers? Because many people from the ANC, I mean, Musa Bedete, I listened to him, who support, said, look, there's no way those numbers are our numbers. And anyone is smart enough to know that. But you could not really say, hey, yeah, our numbers. And what you're showing, that's completely off. You didn't have that. Is that a true assessment? Did you have your own poll watchers who were collecting your data to say, look, we tally our record, yeah, our numbers, and what next showing that is completely far from the truth? Is that something you have discussion around?
Well, again, we did have a discussion based on your assessment. And again, it's something that we are going to address, something we've learned from. I mean, it's all about timing as well, as much as training. You see, we have a system where people are gullible, which is something I, really hate to say about our people, our brothers and sisters. When I say people are gullible, they sit back and listen to these same old politicians that are doing the same thing each and every election, every cycle, and they're not changing the lives of the people. So, I mean, and as Mr. Cummings always say, doing the same thing repeatedly and expecting a different result. Now, the only way we can get a different result, okay, is if the Liberian people realize that what they are seeing happening to them is because they continue to follow the same cycle and expect a different result. That is not going to happen. Mr. Cummings is the only one who is able to change that trajectory for them.
Thank you. Let me bring in Mr. George. Mr. George, same question. Looking at the numbers, there's lesson to be learned there, because obviously one of the things the United Party did, and I'm going to give it to them, some credit, even though there are some individuals that came to rescue them, who actually deployed those resources and individuals in the field and collected the data for them. Unity Party as a political party, that was not their decision. People who went there to help them, just for them to get the political dividend, or because we were just supporting the candidate, Mbwaka, did so. This is a fact. I'm familiar with that. But this is ANC that did not do so. Why? And what are you going to do to change that?
No, let me correct you, Rodney. I was in Liberia for the elections. I was part of the party dedication first for the voter registration and for the elections proper. I was so I have a bit of understanding about what was going on. We invest some money into having poll watchers. Okay. If you look at the election results, there are areas that George Weah won. Districts he won, but he didn't win the representative seat. And there are areas that Joseph Boyka won, he didn't win the representative seat. So what we found out at the very last meeting, and that's lesson learned that we have to work on with the party, is that there were people who were committed to the representative candidate, but they were not committed to the presidential tickets. Okay. So for example, in district our candidate won hands-on in district one. The CPP candidate won district one. The CPP candidate won in Pribo, where the former speaker was. It's the CPP candidate that won that district. So we have several districts that we won where we found out that there were people who were of the CDC ticket, the Unity Party ticket, but they were not supporting the head of our ticket. So when we recruited poll watchers, those poll watchers were recruited based on the loyalty we're seeing happening towards the candidate, whether the representative candidate at that level. So, I think it was a day or two to the election when one of our delegates, Wanty Clark, the ANC global coordinator for North Carolina, decided, let us just place in a call to the poll watchers. And as we placed in the call to the poll watcher, we quickly realized that those poll watchers told us on the phone when we called them and getting them ready for the next day, they told us on the phone which ticket they were supporting, the head of the ticket, that they were either supporting the CDC, but they were supporting our representative candidate. So we cannot 100% say that all those who came out that were in support of the ANC, that we had the different polling stations, were supporting the head of the ticket. So that's one. Two, you will realize that if you ask, if I stand to be corrected, one of the political candidates, Mr. Moniba, the booth he voted in, he got zero vote in the booth he voted in. Right. The polling place he voted in. So one will wonder, did he go into the poll and did he vote against himself? So we do not have all evidence for that strong evidence, but we do have it. Even the book that Mistress, I think the standard bearer wife or his sister, the security guards assigned to the sister of the standard bearer, the polling station they voted in. I think we got only two votes in that polling station. So do you want to? Are you saying that the sister of the standard bearer who have turned against him, when we can say?
So just the question is, what did your tally sheet say compared to what Nell reported?
Again, as I'm saying, what we were getting our tally sheet very late because we had a situation where some of the people recruited were not loyal to the top of the ticket, right? Okay. So we were having that situation that evening when we're trying to get the results. But there were places where what we had was much higher than what NEC reported. But again, in this election situation, in order for us to actually know what was happening, we will spend thousands of dollars. And definitely when an election takes place, the end of the day response is that with this significantly change, with this report significantly change the outcome of the results. But yes, we had those things that we had to juggle with, and we have learned our lessons from it. The Unity Party has been in this since 1985. The CDC has been in this since 2005. we are the new kids on the block, and definitely we are learning very fast as we are walking. That's why we are having this convention to start the process of reconciliation, to start the process of unification, to start putting in everything that we have in our postmodern report, because we have done a postmodern report.
Okay.
Everything we discover in the postmodern report, to start working towards that. And it's not going to take us 2 years to the elections. We have to start working right now. We start to have strengthening our political party right now and strengthening all the arms of our party so that we know who is for us and who is against us when we come in 2029. And that's where we're hurt by the various arrangements we went into.
All right. We will get to the convention that is upcoming, starting the 25th to the 27th. That is the main center point of the discussion. But, we got to clear what happened. And, and correct me, I criticize the ANC for not having primaries. I criticize the ANC. Maybe I didn't pay attention well. So I want us to discuss that. Did you have primaries in the last election where the opportunity was given to individuals of interest to say, well, I want to run for this position, I want to run for the position? Did you conduct primaries? Because I know where I'm coming from with this. Those of you who support the ANC are here. All right. And you see how it is done. And so I want you to be an example in every respect. I did not see much when it comes to primaries. So let's talk about primaries. Did you do primaries last election cycle? And are we going to see an improvement of that if you did or did not do it? Are we going to see that? Let's start with you, George, this time.
Yeah, first, Anthony, you have to realize that the ANC did not participate in the last election. As ANC, we participated in a marriage, the CPP marriage, and in the CPP marriage, the marriage has an agreement. And
my question is not only restricted to the presidential ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not restricted.
In your in-house, deciding your candidate for president, did you conduct a primary? Your representatives. You don't understand that did you conduct the primary?
We get in there. We reached to the story. I want your audience to get the background of this thing. The ANC as a political party was not on the ballot at the 2023 election. It was the collaborating political party. So there was an arrangement. And in this arrangement, there was certain district that was given to the ANC and certain district that was given to the Liberty Party or the rest of the collaborating party. In those districts where the ANC were given on that, we had primaries. There were primaries, and those who were strong in love, like Phoebe Henricks, were selected by their peers, and they represented, even though they were on the CP party, but that district was given to the ANC. So that's the arrangement. Yes, we did have a primary. We are a respectable political party. We are a party that respect our rules of laws. And
are you democratic enough?
That's the reason we're key.
Are you democratic enough?
Are we? We are. I'm saying we are democratic. If we're not democratic enough, the CPP will stand, because what the other parties wanted was for us to baptize Mr. Joseph Boyka, President Joseph Boyka, and we decided that we were not going to baptize him because there was arrangement. So we always follow the rule. We follow the rule of law. You saw what our political leader at that time, our political leader, Mr. Alexander Cummings, we saw that he was in court all the time because we respect the rule of law. We saw when they apologized to him, even though it was at the last minute, and they have destroyed the reputation of our political entity, but we still stand with it. Whenever Mr. Cummings had to come for his board meeting, you remember we had to go to court and ask for permission for him to come to the U.S. for his board meeting. So if we can respect the laws at that level, we do respect it at the level of the lower level of the party. That's why we're going to a convention. We are not a white ballot party, but we're a party that meet and respect that there is rules. and we respect that. For us to govern Liberia, we must respect the rule of law. And that's the situation we find ourselves right in now. The Unity Party cannot respect the rule of law. The CDC cannot respect the rule of law. So we have a quagmire in our national legislature.
Mr. Wilson, do you share any regret that your party collaborated for a long period of time with the Unity Party, given all that went down? Do you have any regret?
Well, I'll tell you, this would be my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm asking you personally. Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, I don't. There's no regret, and the reason why I'm saying that is because you see, in the political arena, you always have to collaborate if need be. Okay, there will always be people of different size, different ideologies. So you have to make sure you pull those resources together to become stronger. Now, this convention is about to change that, so that moving forward, we will ensure that we, as an institution, the ANC, is moving forward by itself in all of its glory, and is able to maximize.
Mr. Wilson, you're trying to pivot. Let me ask my question again.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you now feel that you collaborated with the right people? I accept your answer. You know, there's always a need to collaborate. There's strength in collaboration, you know, especially when it's necessary. But I'm asking you, do you feel that you collaborated with the rightful people at that time, given how they behave, you know, the way they treated your candidate, the way they treated your party in that collaboration? I think they muscle you, they disrespected you. I believe so strongly.
Again, you see, as a political institution, you go through this morph, or you know, this transition. Okay, this is one of those that we had to go through. Now that we've learned from that, it's time for us to move forward.
Okay, I'll take that. And Josh, did you collaborate with the rightful people at that time? Looking back,
there's nothing called Mr. C. You I know there's nothing called the rightful people in politics. You collaborate with the better arrangement, and it was a better arrangement for us. Remember, we have, and look. Everything that happened between 2018 to 2020, on the streets of Monrovia between 2018 to 2020, the Liberian people were clamoring for a united opposition party. And we as the ANC, who have found ourselves in a position of being that party, which at the end of the day, they label us to be that party, that was not respecting the voice of the Liberian people. So that's the reason when the youth of the Unity Party, because the Unity Party rejected this arrangement. You can ask the youth of the Unity Party, but the youth of the Unity Party came to Mr. Alexander Cummings and had a conference with him in Monrovia that we should have a united opposition front. Mr. Cummings was the first leader of the political party to accept it. He was the first leader to accept this united front. Had a conversation with Mr. Bromsky, and then have a conversation with Mr. Boycott. The Unity Party came because the youth compelled them to come when the youth were having meeting from party headquarters to party headquarters, and they came for the meeting at the ANC headquarters, and the Unity Party saw the momentum that the youth were gathering in bringing this group together. That's when the leadership of the Unity Party joined the collaboration. So in 2020, ANC Global and ANC Liberia supported with our sweat and blood the arrangement of the CBP going to the senatorial election. That's the reason why we won 6 out of the 15 seats that was available. In fact, we won 10, because the 4 independent candidates that won the race at that time were leaning towards the CBP. They did not win their nomination, any of the party tickets, so they went independent, and we supported them through that process. You remember when Boto Khan's seat was almost taken away from her, how the ANC on the CPP under Mr. Alexander Cummings was able to rally forces in order to make sure that she should. And she was the first person to stab us in the back when she went into the Senate. So they.
But Mr. Judge, here you are telling me that look, that was the best available option.
It was the
and
best available option because
that's people stab us in the back. How could your best option at the time turn out to be this bad in terms of the way they treated you? And now you're saying, well, that's the best. Is it that you did not look carefully?
No, we did. I mean, again, Mr. C.A., on the street of Monrovia, the Liberian people were calling for a united opposition.
Ticket, yeah.
Remember, when we were not united, the Liberian people were following Mr. Henry Costa and other groups that were leading to different movements in Liberia because the Liberian people were saying we need the opposition to be united. And the biggest opposition party was the ANC that have come third in the last election, the Unity Party and the Liberty Party. Those were the leading, and later on the ALP joined. So the ANC had to see that this was a better arrangement. Again, at the point in time, the Unity Party was in disarray between 2018 and 2020. Looking at all factors, they were expelled in the political. The former standard bearer, they have expelled Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The chairman was under investigation, under indictment. Councillor Bronsky now, for which he's have this retribution against Fonanti Kofa, because Fonanti Kofa was the one that led the investigation against him. So that was the best arrangement. Even Senator Darius Dayton's ticket as a senator for Montserrado County, Mr. Cummings had to convince Yeke Koluba of the ANC to pull from that race so that Mr. Darius Dayton should have it. Mr. Cummings was in South Africa when he had to call for a collaboration meeting between Yeke Koluba and Darius Dayton. So these are things that, because of the nature of the ANC, that we would not glaringly put in the public. But everyone who was part of the arrangement know how we fought tooth and blood, how much money ANC Global pumped into that senatorial election. And one success, again, the other part of your question, sometimes, Mr. C.A., when people are not sure or how successful a ticket is, when they are not very certain of how successful the ticket is, they are willing to sacrifice. But once they see success, the level of sacrifice diminished. And that's what happened, I believe, in this arrangement. Once we had this big success with the senatorial elections, and many saw in 2020 that the CPP arrangement was going, even if if you speak to the folks in the CDC, they were afraid of that arrangement. That's the reason why when the fingering document came, even though the Solicitor General knew that it was wrong, it was not right, he took us to court because he wanted to break down the CPP. So we believe that it was an arrangement that we had to be a part of. It was a great arrangement. Unfortunately, we did not know. We have learned, as my colleague have said, we learned our lesson from what we went through.
Certainly, I follow the politics. I reported. I interview a lot of people. Even Elisha too. I interviewed him. After that, I don't know, famous press conference he had, where he referred to Ure as a puppet master to Costa. I still have clip of that. I have the entire interview here. That was Toast best. And when he said that, I said, look, ANC need to step their foot on the gas. No need to back. You can't throw these kind of punches and you hold back. If you do that, you will deflate your political, muscles, and you don't want to do that. I mean, it was an amazing time. But you are right. When the CPP had that tremendous success in those by-elections, when you nearly swept everything under Mr. Cummings' leadership as chairman of the CPP, everybody was like, this thing is a walk in the park. Whoever is on top of the ticket, that person wins. There were now people say, well, I must be. And then the whole thing fell apart. Well, piece of history there, a lot of lesson to learn, gentlemen. Let's forget politics. Let's focus a little bit more on the convention. So the convention is coming up, gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
We're talking about, on the 25th. And, so, Mr. Wilson, let me start with you. Let's look at all the activities of the convention. Let's go by the the usual thing. On this day, this is happening. On this day, this is happening. So walk me through the convention. Okay. I know it's starting on the 25th. Walk me through what's going on there.
Yeah, so during the evening of the 25th, we're going to be having the meet and greet, okay, where all of the delegates, all of the officials, and all of the members will be coming into Philadelphia. Okay. After the meet and greet, we will then transition to on a Saturday, which is the 26th. We will then have the business meeting.
The business meeting,
yeah. And the business meeting will be composed only of members, okay, due pay members. So if you pay your dues, you're up to date with your dues, you are welcome to attend the business meeting. And at the business meeting, we will have resolutions, we'll be electing officers, and we'll be having a luncheon. And on the actual evening, after the elections, during the evening, we will then have a ball. And the ball is welcoming everybody. And we are asking nominal fee of $50, as an entrance fee. We will also have speeches. We will also have a surprise guest honor. Okay, I'm not going to say anything about that any further. We have a surprise.
Is it not obvious? But go ahead.
Nope, it's not obvious. It is not obvious.
All right, go ahead.
We'll be having an absolutely fantastic guest speaker, and we have a fantastic time in the evening. And we're going to raise some funds, to support our ANC in Liberia.
Thank you, Mr. George.
Yes, sir.
So walk me through also and add to your colleague, the entire activities that will be happening. Meet and greet. So let's talk about the meet and greet first. Meet and greet, what's happening? What should members bring to the meet and greet? What should people expect in the meet and greet? Before we go to the business meeting, what should people expect during the business meeting? And then Sunday, I heard about worship service. Are you people still calling on Almighty? After the Papa giving her everything, but go ahead. What all should be expected during these days and with all these activities?
Yeah, during the meet and greet on Friday, ANC is a fun political party. Excuse me, ANC Global. We have the wonderful way of loving and sometimes butting each other, but we come together, we have good time together. So Friday night, we have not seen each other. Many of us have not seen since we came back from Monrovia after the elections. We have been speaking on the phone, Zoom meetings, but this is a time for us to meet. And there will be, at that night, there will be Kayam coming from Rhode Island. There will be milk candy. There will be donut, nice Liberian food, and we'll be out in the yard of an Airbnb. So we're not going to a hotel, just going to be out in the yard. We have rented a big Airbnb. We'll be out in the yard, just up each other, seeing how each of us are doing. That's what we do. So if you have not have come for a long time, please be at the meet and greet. If you have not had milk candy or Liberian food, be there at the meet and greet. Just come dressed up. You don't have to come heavy. If you're coming from work, you can come with your coat and tie, but you can drop the tie in the car. Just come. Let's have the ANC fun that we always have. We have always have together through our travels in the last 6 years. Then on Saturday, as my chair have said, Mr. Ronnie have said, Saturday is the business meeting. We're going to have an elections. All positions are open. If you are a member of ANC Global, you have to do now. You have to pay $120. That's our annual dues. They have not changed. We've been paying that for a long time. So pay your annual due. You know what to pay at ANC Global. This Cash App and the sale. Just check the ANC Global chat room. Call your regional chair, your coordinators. They have all the information. So pay your dues. Once you pay your dues, you will be allowed to be in the global convention. For those who are interested, all positions are open. Every position for the chairman to the coordinator of the chapters, every position are open. So you have to send in your application to the Election Commission by the 15th of this month. So come out there, come rally, come campaign. Almost everybody has terms, so we're not the chairman. We are not going to have any of the old leaders coming back. So they're going to be new team or leaders coming out. And then on Saturday evening is going to be the ball. Grace and Burma Finley, they are definitely going to be there. The ANC MCs, they're going to be Grace coming from Minnesota with a crew. Madam Burma Finley coming from Delaware with a crew coming into Philadelphia. We have a team coming from Rhode Island. Those of you who are in Rhode Island, you want to carpool, kind of reach out to your chairman. They are planning something out there. So we're going to have the ball where we play a lot of ANC music, do a lot of ANC dance, and we end it by raising fund. But there's going to be a special guest with a special message that evening. We're going to put a cap in the bag, come out for the surprise. You're going to see that surprise at the ball, and then Sunday we go to church. We go to church just to thank the Almighty for His goodness to us as a political party. We are still strong. We are still kicking. We are still relevant. There was a homecoming in Monrovia on Tuesday with many of our old people coming back to the party. Mr. Cummings have been running the rounds with the radio stations, having interviews. We are ready for business, ANC. So if you are a member of the ANC, don't be left out. Come and join this stream from the 25th to the 27th. I look forward to seeing every one of you.
Well, folks in cyberspace, those who are watching and those who will watch later, you heard it. Mr. Emmanuel George, who is a member of the planning committee, is saying ANC is really for business. And when he talking business, he means real business, political business. During this discussion, they mentioned 2029, they set their eye on another year of political business.
No, so we're not waiting for 2029. Yesterday, our political party endorsed Madam Edith Gonglo Ware. So the ANC youth wing left Monrovia today, and they are on the way to Ganta. We're going to be in the Nima County. We're going to be in Nima County. Our representative Yeke Koruba is also on his way to Nima County. So we are not waiting for 2029.
Has Mr. Yeke returned to the ANC? Has he returned to the ANC now?
He still identified with us. So what?
Okay. Because I saw
team of current ANC and former ANC and still identified ANC members who are going to Nima County. So we have endorsed Madam Edith Gonglo for the senatorial seat in Nima County. Yeah, so we're not waiting for 2029. We are in the water testing it right now. So you were talking, and let me come to you, Mr. Wilson. Your colleague were talking about the election. You did mention that as well. Let's talk a little more on the qualification. Can someone who is not a member of ANC, maybe the person has been a sympathizer, right? They've been on the fence, they've been watching and say, well, I'm going to that convention. I'm going to register, be a member. I'm not going to be on the fence anymore. Can that person register, meet all the requirements, and contest for any of the open positions?
That would be yes, as long as they pay the dues and they follow the constitution of the ANC Global. They are welcome. We are open arms. We want to make sure we invite everybody. Okay, we want to be very inclusive. And we are going to be transparent also with regard to the elections.
Yeah, let's talk a little more on the requirements for candidates. You mentioned meeting dues payment as one of the things. Any other qualifications that you wish to mention that are important for those who have interest to participate?
Well, no, we don't streamline people. We don't what I would say, we don't like push people to the side. Okay, we are welcoming everybody who have interest in joining ANC Global and who also have the party at heart, not just want to come and be a member of ANC or to and be an elected official. We want to make sure that people who are elected also will do the work. Okay, we want to make sure that you're going to make the sacrifices based on what is required of you and what the institution require of you. Not just come just to be an elected official. No, you must have the acumen as well. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to be a college graduate or anything of the kind, but you in an institution you always have people who are dedicated and to working for that institution. They will do anything for that institution. They are passionate about what they do for the institution. Those are the people where we want to come back to the institution. There have been so many people who have left the institution for one reason or another. Again, that's why we are saying we want a one diaspora group. Okay, there are splinter groups. We want all of you back. We want to be one. And again, we will welcome you with open arms. Come in, pay your dues, and vie for any position you want to vie for.
One of the things the ANC continue to communicate is character. And so you have to have a way of verifying that, because whoever holds a leadership position is an embodiment and a representation of your party. That person is who you are. That person is representing ANC. So one might be thinking that you have to exercise caution and also do due diligence as to who you put forth as a leader, because if you don't get it right, maybe that's where your trouble will start from. Let me bring in Josh here. Josh,
yes, sir.
Are there considerations as to who represent the ANC as a leader, be a regional chairman, be a secretary general, because that person is your face?
Oh yeah, there are consideration. I mean, you see, everybody is welcome. But everybody cannot be leader on the first, or when you are welcome into the home the first time. You got to know where the part is. You got to know where the key sheet is. You got to everywhere. You have to know the organization. So
Right.
as much as we can welcome you to wanting to think about leadership role, you have to have an idea of the spirit and the manifesto of the ANC. So yes, we definitely we have our outgoing chairman is well recognized. He has been outstanding, a gentleman of integrity. So there's no way we're going to elect a new chairman that won't have integrity. That's why the election commission is giving all candidates the 15th of this month. Once you have placed in your application, we are going to vet. We are going to be a vetting process. Are you a due paying member? Are you a person of integrity? We're going to run an FBI background check on you with your permission to make sure that you are in good standing in these United States. Yes, as a chairman of ANC Global, you are the one who is welcoming the political leader when he comes in this diaspora. And political leader comes every 3 months into these United States, and he traveled to other parts of the world. So we don't want someone who is a criminal traveling along with our political leader. We don't want someone who have checkered record traveling along with our political leader. So yes, we definitely going to vet whosoever is going to take up the election commission. I'm not a member of that team. It's definitely going to vet anybody who wants it. But our position is open. If you have been a member of the CPP and you're coming back to the ANC, you are welcome to run for any of the position. If you are in ANC USA and you're coming back to the fold, you are definitely welcome to run for any position. Pay your $120 due. You can reach to any of the regional coordinator. You can reach to the planning committee. Madam Etta Manye, who is well known in ANC Global, is the chairman of the planning committee. You can reach out to her. James Y is there. You can reach out to me if you are in Texas. Mr. Seed is taking care of the whole eastern region, so you can reach out to him. Yasa is in California in the western region with Newali. You can reach out to him. So in Minnesota, I think it's a Kekula Kamara. Sorry, I don't know who is in Minnesota person, but Grace is coming from Minnesota. If you know Grace, you can reach out to her. She will reach out to us. So if you are interested in any of the position in the ANC, everything is open. Pay your membership due $120 before we get to convention. $120 if you want to run. You have to pay your $120 before the 15th of the month and send in your application form. Now for the banquet, members of the ANC is going to pay an extra $50 to be a part of the banquet. You know the economic condition right now, and it's going to be a buffet. There's a lot of food. Some of you have not eaten for a long time. Liberian food, American food, Chinese food, European food. I know Paul Cholope, our chairman from Europe, will be down here with his team from Europe. So it's going to be an exciting evening. So just pay your dues, pay the $50. And if you come in with your wife or your girlfriend, your significant other, your partner, whatsoever part of the world you live in, whatsoever you can call the next person that is with you, that person will be paying an extra $50. So for ANC member with a partner is $220. for you and your partner to get ticket to be at the banquet. But just for the ANC member, it's $170. $120 for due, $50 to be a part of the banquet.
So, Mr. Wilson, ANC Global, ANC Global, ANC Global. What do you have to tell your fellow Liberian citizen listening to the broadcast and who will listen later, if they have interest now of being a part of the political process? What is that one or two or three things that you can say to them that would make them or give them reason to say, well, I'm going to be part of this process? How is the ANC different from any other political group or support group?
Thank you very much. That's a very, very great question. All right. The first thing I will say is, I will ask them a question. Are you better off now? That's the first question I will ask them. Are you better off today? If that answer is no, you deserve better. And ANC is going to ensure that you deserve better. You're going to be better. Okay. I will also encourage each and every Liberian to know that they have a right. Okay, they should not be fed rice. Okay, they should not have people giving them chicken change. Okay, just because that person want to be elected to a position and go in that position and take more money from the people. Liberians own the money that we pay the senators, even the president, is Liberia's money, is the Liberians' money. Okay, they need to control that money. And what I mean by that, they need to elect people, okay, who will respect them better, who will be accountable to them, who will open up to them and say, look, this is what I am worth. And how did they get that money? Transparency. So Liberian people need to be educated in a way that they should know that when they go to an election, they should go to an election not because they like someone, okay? Not because they like someone, but because that person can make their lives better. That person can provide an institution that will ensure that they will have hospitals, that will have safe drinking water, they will have latrines or clean toilets. They should not go to an election because they like the person. That is the biggest mistake we've been making so far. And we've continued to recycle these same politicians. And they are not doing us any good. Look, Liberia, as old as she is now, is going further behind than our neighboring countries, for instance. We cannot afford to have that. So Liberian people need to wake up. Wake up to
And you think the ANC has that answer?
Yes, sir. 100%.
All right. Mr. George, let me get to you. So the institution ANC and ANC Global, what is it about this institution that is different? Because, George, our people have gotten to the place now like, well, they are all the same. You know the story. We've been on a roll, Unity Party again. CDC is another disappointment. I don't want to go way back. They say, well, it's the same politicians, it's the same political parties. They all say the same thing. Is ANC saying the same thing that other people said in the black hole? Are you saying anything different?
Yeah, we are saying a lot of different things.
Okay.
A lot of different things. When in 2023, a survey taking the voter registration, it shows that 60% of over 60% of the Liberian people believe that the manifesto of the ANC under the leadership of Mr. Alexander Cummings was the best for the economic development of the country, for fighting against corruption, for bringing investment into Liberia. The only place that the ANC was not trusted in that survey was the leadership of the country. So that was a big challenge for us. Why, on all these levels, the Liberian people trust the ANC, but on leadership, they have challenge with that. So in the minds of majority of Liberians, even when I was campaigning in Liberia, many people would tell me, oh, I will vote for Mr. Cummings, but because this person is on a ticket, I will not do it. We'll wait till 2029. But on the mind, many Liberians know that the reason why we are different is because our party calls for integrity. And our political leader at this time, Mr. Alexander Cummings, is one Liberian that have stood up and that have integrity. So he's not coming to the job of the presidency to learn, but he coming besides that, he have been able to govern. He have led organizations to success. I was in Nigeria when Mr. Cummings was the head of Coca-Cola Nigeria. I saw how he transformed. Anybody can go back to the record. Look at Coca-Cola Nigeria 1990, 91, and 92. That entity was on the verge of collapse when Mr. Cummings was brought to take over Coca-Cola Nigeria. The records are there. You can go and study for yourself. Go and research Coca-Cola Nigeria. In fact, Pepsi was dominating Coca-Cola Nigeria before Mr. Cummings took over. He was able to transform that entity. It was because of the transformation of Nigeria that he was made the regional director in Central South Africa, and then he elevated to the position of vice president. Now, someone will say there's a difference between country, how they call it, governing a country. The population of Liberia, let's say, is around 5.5 million. The population of Nigeria is at that time was 255 million people. And if you are governing a structure, the Coca-Cola that is in the 33 or 35 states of Nigeria, that structure alone is more than the entire population of Liberia, more than 10 times. So if you can govern that situation, you have the ability to replicate that. So our leader has proven that he can govern and he can lead. But besides that, we are a political party that is open to everyone, and we see that Liberia can be a better country. Mr. CF, one of the things that discouraged me as a Liberian was our president reaction. I don't know if you have that clip and you have watched it. Any Liberian listening to my voice, go back and listen to the clip. When the Capitol building burned, and our president, the president of the Republic of Liberia, went to the Capitol building, the speech he made, please go and listen to that speech. And as a Liberian, tell yourself whether you are motivated. Our nation capital burned down. And if the word from the president was that we are a poor begging country. Who does that? That was the time to galvanize and energize the nation to say we can build this place again, as the president of Botswana, the Botswana did when he told his people, we can build our university again. Everybody go out there, bring a cow, bring a wheelbarrow, bring stand. We are going to build the University of Botswana. Read that story, Anthony. That's how the president of Botswana motivated his people to rebuild the university. But our president was crying that we're a beggar nation and our building have burned down. We're not motivating us as a people. Mr. Alexander Cummings, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, continues to motivate us. Even his interview on 50/50 interview, he continues to motivate the Liberians that they are a nation of beggars, but of leaders. There are Liberians in leadership all around the world. Why should we continue to be the only country in West Africa that is in backward gear? When all our neighbors are in forward gear, we are still driving in reverse. So that's why the Liberian people should trust the ANC. You can also see from those who represent us in the representative, you can see the character, you can see where they stand, you can see those who actually carry the blood in the heart of the ANC. You can see from the character and where they stand on issues. So that should show you that at the level we are a party of integrity, and we look forward to being a political entity that will transform Liberia, because we definitely know that Liberia must be transformed in this generation or else, because right now everybody else is leaving up behind. Burkina Faso is ahead of us. When they used to name poorest country in Africa, Mr. Cia, when I was a young boy growing up in Monrovia, when they were naming poorest country in Africa, we used to be on top of Burkina Faso. Now Burkina Faso is leading us. Sierra Leone, we need to be ahead of them. You remember when President Dode used to say, I will close the border with Sierra Leone. You know, but can we now say we can close border with any of our neighbors? We get pepper coming from Guinea. We have bread basket. Our president is from Lofa County. Lofa, Bomb, and Nima is the bread basket of Liberia. Why are we importing pepper from Guinea through Lofa, Nima, and Bomb counties? when those counties are our breadbasket. The leadership of President Cummings, if you listen to me right now under my voice, I'm encouraging you. The ANC before the last election was the fastest growing political party in Liberia. And we look forward to you coming to join this ship, because this is the alternative to the better government in Liberia. You have granted the UP 18 years, 12 years under Madam Sirleaf. You are now giving us 6 years under President Joseph Boyka. It seems that he did not remember or learn anything from Madam Sirleaf. so we have a country that is almost in coma. And we have 6 years of the CDC. And we saw that during the 6 years, what we really learned to do was how to dance and go to World Cup, sit and relax and have fun. But Liberia is open for business. The ANC is ready for that business.
Mr. Wilson, the ANC Global Conventions, from the time I started following it, has always been in the United States. Is there any plan, maybe sometime in the future, to take one of the conventions to Liberia?
Well, again, those are two different things, all right?
Okay.
Because the ANC Global is a separate entity here, based in the diaspora. Okay. All right, and we are affiliated with the ANC in Liberia. Okay. Again, those are two separate entities. We have our responsibilities here, and they have theirs, and that's why we can be part of their convention, and they can be part of ours, but we cannot take our convention to Liberia.
We can't tell. Okay, all right, that makes sense. So then my follow-up question is: so, what is the ANC Global? Someone who does not know ANC Global, how can you explain it for the person to know that, oh, okay, when they say ANC Global, this is what it's saying?
Okay.
We know the ANC Party, primarily based in Liberia. It has a structure, it has a headquarters, and and regions and counted chairs and all that. So what is the ANC Global?
ANC Global is an institution based on organized in the diaspora, especially here in America and around the world. Okay, and it is constituted by bylaws and the Constitution, which is geared for ensuring that strategy and planning is done for our affiliated ANC in Liberia. We are also registered here in the U.S. as an entity that is responsible to FARA and the IRS. So again, we are a registered institution that is better to none that you ever seen, anywhere in Liberia, or I say for the world for that matter, because we are constituted based on the ideology that one day Liberia will be better, because we have the heart. We have
So what do you primarily do as an institution, ANC Global? I'm asking you, Mr. Wilson, what do you primarily do? What are your goals? What was the idea? Why did you organize this institution, ANC Global? If there is a singular purpose for which you came together as a group, what is that singular purpose?
To support our institution in Liberia. That's one of our singular purpose. Now,
and what is that institution?
ANC.
ANC, the political party.
Correct.
So in other words, you are a think tank and financial support group of the ANC, the political party in Liberia.
That's correct. However, there's always a collaboration as well.
Okay.
Between the two.
So in other words, you are an auxiliary based in the United States, that formulate ideas, strategies, and raise funds to support the political party ANC that almost all of you may be having to be members of. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. George, please make it clearer for us also. The same question.
Yeah, the same thing that my boss, my chair, Mr. Wilson, have said is the same thing. Now, ANC is the political party. And the political party cannot operate in the United States because ANC operates in Liberia. But in the bylaws of the ANC, there's the diaspora members who identify with the ANC, those who believe in the manifesto of the Alternative National Congress, and people who have strong confidence in Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. They are the one who makes up they are the one who makes up ANC Global. From once outside of Liberia. So we have membership in Europe that is headed by Mr. Paul Cholobe. We have membership in Asia. We have membership in Rwanda, and then we have membership in North America, and then in North America, Canada, and then in the United States of America. That is ANC Global. So there are two in the party constitution. ANC as a party Liberia constitution, ANC Global has. There are two responsibilities given to ANC Global. One, we give financial support to the political party in Liberia, and two, we give strategic support to the political party in Liberia. For example, in ANC Global, we have what we call Adapt a County. So every chapter, my chapter, the Texas chapter, working along with the California chapter, we are responsible for funding Montserrado, Cape Mount, Bomi, and Babylon. So we work with the leadership of the county. They come up with us every year with a budget of things they need and what we need to work on. And the chapters like Texas and California gets together. We pay the rent for the party headquarters in Montserrado County, the party headquarters in Bomi, Babulu, and Grand Cape Mount County. We also, and North Carolina is responsible for Magibie. Georgia is responsible for Maryland. I think Europe is responsible for. So we have that spread, and that we take, and we work along with those leadership. We are in the various chat room with the leadership of the different counties that we support. Then at the global level, the funding from global also supports the party headquarters in Monrovia, support the operation of the party headquarters in Monrovia. At the level we support the payment of the party's lease agreement in Monrovia. So the operation of the party in Monrovia at a level, ANC Global supports that. So that's what we do at the level of global. So anyone who is a supporter of ANC, who is on this part of the planet, you can be a part of global. Within the last election cycle, between 2017 and 2023, ANC Global raised over $1 million to support the party operation in Liberia. We on the average of something like $250,000 every year. So that how supportive we are to the structure, and we are the most successful political entity outside of Liberia. All CDC
successful in terms of raising funds.
Yeah, in terms of raising funding, in terms of organization, there is no other political party outside of Liberia that is more organized than ANC Global.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. I don't want to take all your time. Let us bring this to a conclusion, and I will solicit a statement from each of you. You can wrap it up and tell us about the convention and your readiness for political business. You say you are ready for business. So let's start with you, Mr. Wilson. Your closing, sir.
Thank you very much for that again. All right. So with the convention, we are willing to have anybody who understand our purpose and moving forward. You are willing to, if you're willing to come and join us, we are happy to receive you. Even if you are not going to be a member, but you just want to come and be a watcher on the fence, and you just want to come and see what we stand for, you are welcome to come in also. Regardless of your political affiliation, you are always welcome to come, see what we have to offer. And if it's something that is of interest to you, you can then be a member, and we can move forward from there. And again, we anticipate that we are going to be stronger than ever, and we appreciate that you come and help to move us forward. Thank you.
Are you still open to collaboration in 2029?
I wouldn't commit to that.
All right. Don't commit too soon. Mr. George, you're closing, sir.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this program this evening, for allowing my brother, Rodney Wilson, and myself to come in your home. Thank you for spending your time listening and understanding what the ANC is all about. But I'm speaking directly to you. I mean, you may be sitting discouraged in your home right now, thinking that you have continued to vote for parties and Liberia seems not to be changing. But I have great news for you. Politics is not a 100-meter sprint. It is a marathon. The change doesn't take place overnight. And finding the right people to do the right thing, there's a possibility. I live in Nigeria and I live in Ghana. I saw the transformation of those two countries between 1992 and present. The change of Ghana did not start until 1992 with a president who was also removed. And then serious-minded people have been elected. So this is the opportunity. So if you're sitting on the fence and wondering if Liberia could be a better nation, Liberia can definitely be a better nation. But you need to support the ANC for that to happen. Because you see, the UP has failed you, and so did the CDC. The ANC is standing strong and ready for your support. So come and join us. If you are in the Philadelphia area, just with $50, come and have buffet. You can have a conversation with myself, Mr. Rodney Wilson, and some of our members there. Be a member of the ANC. Let us transform Liberia. Start with the support. We start in 22nd of April. We're going to be in Nima County working towards supporting Madam Edith Gongolo. And after that, we'll be working towards 2029. Thank you. I look forward to seeing every one of you in Philadelphia. If you can make it, just send a text to Mr. CA. He will send it to me so you can know how you can pay $50 or $120 your due. We'll definitely take it in because we have work to do and the work starts now. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and you all have a wonderful evening.
Gentlemen, I appreciate your time and explaining to our audience, and thank you for what you're doing or being part of the process. Barack Obama said politics is not a spectator sport.
Yeah.
Politics impacts everything, and I mean everything, especially in a Liberia. And so being on the fence can never be an option. But if you are ready, the people are saying their arms are open. That is what they said. I'm just here moderating a discussion. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough. To our audience, thank you for listening. Gentlemen, I wish you a successful convention, and Focus on Liberia will be following. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. C. Have a wonderful
night. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
We are Liberia. Liberia is our home. Liberia people. Liberia.